Hi, I'm Tesla, a 25-year-old woman in Texas with no dependents, and I'm going to give every dollar a job with the paycheck that I got today. First, I am going to reference my income reports. They look way more normal than last month because there weren't any weird sort of transfers going on. A commenter on my previous video let me know that I could cancel out my USAA large payment, so that's what I did. So thank you to her. I was considering doing the same thing for the on to off budget investment transfer I did last month, but I am nervous about that because then it won't match my actual reconciled accounts. And that wouldn't really be a problem, except I was switching around my investments at the same time that I was switching banks. So there was a lot of moving money around to cover my butt. And there were times when different accounts were being charged when they weren't supposed to. And I was getting charged fees because things were getting withdrawn from accounts that didn't have money anymore, or the transfer amount wasn't hitting at the right time. So it was just kind of a complicated month in February. I'm worried that if I try to adjust anything in the past, it's going to mess everything up. So I might adjust it in the future, but I'm also worried that if I wait, then things won't be fresh on my mind, and then that leaves room for errors. So I don't know. For now, at least my average is not as messed up, and it's not like a crazy 11,000 number like it was last month. My income will still be a little wonky going forward because I finally started 401k investing, and that takes $200 away from each of my net checks. I watched this video from Nick True about how I could track my pre-tax investments. So I commented and I asked him, what is the proper way to do this? And he said to add $200 to what I would currently make my net pay, and then to split the transfer by account. I did not even know it was possible to split income transfers not only by category but also by account. So that is a really cool trick. I was surprised because even though I got $200 less, it is still showing as a little bit more money than the previous months for my salary. And so I referenced my check, and because it's a pre-tax deduction, obviously I ended up paying less in taxes, and that's why I still got a little bit more money in the net income than I was expecting. And once you say it out loud, it's like common sense, but I was not expecting that surprise. So I get to keep a positive difference. Hopping into the budget, I'm curious how many other people track their pre-401k tax deductions in their budget, and like what you think the pros and cons are. I'm going to try the underfunded button for the first time ever, so let's see if that works out. Okay, so there's a $200 difference because I'll be contributing $400 every month, but it only started with my second paycheck, so $200 can go back into ready to assign. I am on track for paying off my cashback card. It says I don't need to assign anything, and for my travel card, I need to assign $1. For savings, I am going to start with subscriptions, even though that's a spending category in the lifestyle section. It's also meant to be a savings goal because I have a yearly yoga goal and then my yearly YNAB goal and other yearly subscriptions, and I wanted to combine them all into one section, but I think I'm using the wrong goal because I have less money in there than I started off with. So obviously if that amount is shrinking, then there's something wrong because it's meant to be inflated with monthly subscriptions money and yearly subscriptions. So I am going to try a monthly savings builder goal. Keep that amount and only change the goal. I hope this one is going to work. I might be overcomplicating it, and maybe I should just separate them out again. Let me know how you would handle it if you both want to spend from this category short term and save for this long term. Also considering doing a video where I evaluate all my subscriptions to see if they're really worth it, and then talking through which ones, that I might want to cancel, and then how much money that could potentially save me. But I'm not sure if that's too granular and boring, so we'll see. I'm going to forego the emergency category and just put that into auto care because anytime I've had an emergency these past couple of years, it's mostly been auto related. And so the first thing I drain is my auto fund, and then I still have to pull from my emergency fund. So I might as well just add into that. My medical care amount, I'm going to add that to auto care as well. Chip, he's got a vet appointment in April, and that is non-negotiable. His vet appointments usually cost $300 per visit, so definitely is going to take some time to build back up. Another thing is I've been getting daily interest from a bank called Current. I get about $64 to $66 a day, and I usually add that in the auto fund as well. And so in total for auto fund, that is 60.37, but let's round that up to 61, which means I would need 27 more cents. Okay, there's no way I'm going to sacrifice vacation. And all of these are low priority goals. I did get my teeth whitened, so I put that into the appearance category, and now I'm gonna get lip injections. Maybe I've wanted them since I was 13 and I'm 25 now, so I'm like, it's enough time thinking about it, like maybe you should just go for it. But I'm still not gonna fund it because there are other higher priority things. The next category I always put money into is my bills. $468 every time. My roommate has not given me her $370 yet, and these late payments are becoming a pattern. Stability is one of the most important things to me right now, and I don't like the inconsistency, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Also, this category is green, but I actually don't know if I'm on track for this goal because, kind of like subscriptions, I'm saving for it, but I'm also spending from it, so I don't know if this is the right goal. $656.95 seems pretty high to me, so I'm going to let a spinner decide what I should do. I got this idea, I think her YouTube name is Socialite Budgets, or her name is Corporate Socialites Budget. I saw her do the spinny wheel thing and I was like, that looks really fun. So first, let it pick the fund. Oh, but these are not all saving funds. If it doesn't land on a saving fund, I'm gonna redo it. No, not crypto. I should do one that's only savings categories. The suspense, okay. Not that one. That's not a high priority goal. I'm totally cheating on this. Okay, I'm gonna choose the fund and then I'll just let this choose the amount. Hopefully it's not like $100. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so let's put another 45 towards I don't care and see how that looks. Feel a little bit better about the number up top, so I will start with my basic expenses. I'm gonna start with transportation. My car has been in the shop since at least February because of my fender bender, and my insurance no longer wants to cover my rental car even though I still need it. And the rental car costs $30 a day, and I don't really know what to do because I was gonna go out of town and now I don't know. And I don't want to pay $80 for gas in a weekend trip because it's $40 both way, a full tank, plus the rental car get days, and then plus the actual gas I have to pay for the rest of the time. So I've been going back and forth with my insurance and my car repair guy, and the insurance decided there was no excuse for him not being done already, and so I've been spending hours on hold trying to get it figured out, and it's incredibly stressful. So I'm going to put 60 for gas, assuming that I am not going to go anywhere, and then I'm going to give myself $90 in case I have to pay 30 times this rent. Okay, so I actually need to add another 120 there in case I need to pay the rental car fee. For personal care, I did a scheduled payment for a company called The Honey Pot. It was some products I wanted to try. I don't need it right now, and it's not actually a scheduled purchase. It was more of a reminder for me. So I might push it to next month if things get tense. For home care, I moved my Who Gives a Crap toilet paper and paper towel subscription to next month since I am all stocked up. I'm gonna give myself 10 more here. All my silverware is disappearing, and I don't know if it's my roommate or what, but I've had to buy regular spoons and plastic silverware because all my spoons and forks are gone, even though I bought some last year, so I don't really know what's going on with that. Chip is all good because his down payment for his vet appointment is taken care of. I'll get that down payment back once I show up on time for the appointment, although it won't really matter because it's still going to cost me like $300. I forgot about groceries. Last paycheck, I ended up buying a little bit more than expected because when you get your teeth whitened, you can only eat white food, so I had to go out and buy some stuff. I don't want to go over again, so to be generous, I'll give myself $100 there. And I am rethinking the transportation category because if it's $120 for the rental fee potentially, and then $60, that's $180, but here's $270. Yesterday I was naughty. I was driving home from work and I was on an hour-long call with USAA, and I was stress eating french fries while I was talking to the guy. He probably couldn't even understand me, so I did spend money knowing I couldn't cover it until today's paycheck, so that's on me. I have 10 cents here. I guess I'll move that to ready to assign. I know I'm gonna continue being stressed, so I want to give myself more and dining out. But I should probably dedicate money to appearance first. I got some low top Converse finally, and it was less than $50. I also want to replace my Nikes that got ripped up by my roommate's dog that she was dog sitting. They cost $60, so it would be nice to get paid back so that way I can put 30 of my own towards them, but who knows? So I am going to assign 90 because they're on sale for that price. Eventually, I want to start adding more money into appearance even when I think I don't need to buy something, because if I ever want to treat myself to nails or a facial or a wax or whatever, a lot of those are luxuries that cost more than I can flex in a month without having to save for it up front. I'll give myself $25 for fun money because I want to see Batman and get a slushie and mozzarella sticks. If things get tight, I will just do a movie night at home and watch Turning Red on Disney Plus, depending on how things shake out. Giving, I owe a $5 contribution this month, and then I always like to add an extra 20. That's new is showing as 87 negative because, as I mentioned earlier, last month I was getting charged $87 worth of fees, and they have decided to refund me. So it'll even itself out to $144 once it hits my account. I gave myself $90 over 14 days. $11.25 per meal. Yeah, let's do 90. That leaves a scarce 52.47, and instead of putting it in this category, which used to just say buffer, I'm now going to leave any extra leftover money that I don't know what to do with in the that's new category, because I want this to be treated as a real savings category and not ruin the integrity of it. So that's new can also just potentially act as a buffer. I'm going to give everything a look over to see if it all looks right. Okay, credit cards are fine. Investments are zeroed out like they're supposed to be. Most of my savings categories are blue instead of green because I had dedicated that money to auto care, which is still blue. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. So I always struggle with staying positive on the outros because once I see how many categories are not green, it like bumps me out. But it is fine. Oh, another thing is I did get my mortgage finished up and I got all the details. So now my mortgage is $84,000 when it used to be like $79,000, and my monthly payment went up by quite a bit, but I have a much lower interest rate and a higher escrow. So these numbers are all correct. I still have not gotten my refund from PNC when they took an extra mortgage payment that they were not supposed to. So hopefully that comes in the mail soon. But otherwise, I think we are all caught up with each other, and I will see you at the end of month review.